Do you want to get more clients to grow your business? Well, stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to share 8 tips on how to get new clients to grow your business by leaps and bounds. Hi, I'm Jim Costa. I'm a videography, photography, and technology guru. I've created many other videos on improving your photography, videography, filmmaking, video editing, audio recording, and technology skills. Now I'll link to those in the description below and at the end of this video as well, so stay tuned. If you want to learn more, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I upload every week, and I'll be uploading many more explanations of film and video and photo editing and technology topics as well. Stay tuned till the end to find out how to get my free DSLR and mirrorless camera cheat sheet that'll have you shooting like a pro in no time. If you've followed me for a while, you now know that I have a community of photographers, videographers, and filmmakers just like you on Facebook, where I share pro tips and tricks. It's called Video Producers and Content Creators. I love new members who want to share their work and learn from others, and you can find the link to that group in the description below. Now I mention that now because I had a question recently from a member who was starting his own video production company and wanted to know how to get new clients. This was such a great topic that I decided to make this video to share my research and knowledge on the subject that I found out in trying to answer his question. Best of all, my tips and suggestions are great for any entrepreneur, not just for photographers or videographers, so you can use it in your business as well. Do you know how many true friends the average Facebook user has? The number seems to be somewhere in the range of 155 to 200. Now, why is this important? For you, it means that everyone knows at least 150 people or more that can be potential clients. This means that any contact can become a good resource for clients. Now remember this, networking with anyone is networking with potentially thousands of people by proxy because of their extended network of people that they know. You may think that this is an obvious observation, but it really took me a long time to realize this. If you have a wedding photo or video business, for example, then you can tell everyone, and I mean absolutely everyone that you meet, that you have that business. You have to tell everyone. Give them your card, no matter how useless or futile you think it may be, because that's all in your own head. The odds are that they will know someone who needs that certain kind of photo or video service, even if they personally don't. What if you only want to produce videos or photos for a targeted niche? Wedding work is very general and a lot of people do it, but what if you wanted to produce, say, instructional medical videos or startup explainer videos or Kickstarter videos, or maybe just do corporate headshot photographs and so forth? If you have very specific clients that you want to try and reach, what do you do then to reach them? You must then become either a client miner or a client farmer. That's right, you heard me correct. I said a client miner or a client farmer. Being one or the other entirely depends on your personality. I realized I was a farmer only after exhausting myself with miner strategies. I'll explain the different strategies in just a minute, but first I have to explain the Zig Ziglar rule. Now, Zig Ziglar was an author and a salesman and a motivational speaker who taught people how to sell. The Ziglar rule is that you are not a salesperson trying to sell yourself to a client. You are a service provider trying only to help or advise a potential client to solve their problem. Selling your services is just a byproduct of what you really are. This is the main take I got away from reading Zig Ziglar's books. I was very hesitant and looked negatively at prospecting and the idea of selling my services, but my perspective shifted when I realized that my only job is to help potential clients as best as I can. It's up to them if they would like to hire me for my services. So remember, you're not selling, you are helping the client decide on the best video strategy, for example, to help market their business, or the best photos to sell their products, or online catalog or print in their brochures, or whatever it is, the service that you provide. If video, or photography for that matter, is not the best option for them, I tell the client so. Now, I may be losing potential money in the short run, but I'm earning their trust, which may be more valuable in the long term. So what are specific client miner strategies? A simple mineral miner uses a pickaxe to dig deep in his specific rock mine. He chips away at the stone and the rock and the dirt to find the gold or diamonds or whatever it is he's looking for. If you're a client miner, then you use brute force tactics to acquire clients, just like a miner uses the pickaxe to bash away at the rocks. The following are client miner strategies. Warm and cold calling. Cold calling is when you open up a digital phone book and start dialing random or very specific companies from starting on letter A and ending on letter Z. You must be very good at talking on the phone to do such a thing. You have to have charisma to get past the gatekeepers who answer the phone to get to someone that can actually make a hiring decision. This is very difficult to do for anyone, even a seasoned sales pro. My preferred method is called warm calling. Say you meet someone and chat and they mention that they know someone who happens to work in the medical field and they're looking for a filmmaker or a photographer, for example. You ask for that person's number, the person who needs the work, and the person you meet then proceeds to notify their friend in the medical field of your imminent call about your video or photo services. Then you in fact call them about the services that they need and the services that you can provide. This is now a warm call because you're calling someone from a direct source and not just randomly out of the blue. You call them because you met their friend, their intermediary, who mentioned that they know someone who needs your services. Most people are glad to help in this way and it costs them nothing to do. The alternative is to wait for something to happen, like this person you met willingly giving you their friend's number without you asking for it. 99% of the time, that's never going to happen, so you must take the initiative to tell them about yourself and your business and ask for the number of their friend who needs the work. You must learn not to be afraid to speak to everyone about your business because you literally never know where your next client is going to come from. The next thing are networking events. Networking events are hit and miss in my opinion. Often, while you're talking to the people there, you get the, is this person useful to me or am I wasting my time vibe. It can be very off-putting to me personally and made me not want to go to so-called networking events again, at least in the beginning. You are better off going to certain conventions, like medical conventions, if your video niche is in the medical field, as we discussed earlier. Conventions, conferences, get-togethers, talks, meetups, that sort of thing. Anything that has a gathering of people for a specific niche should be on your priority list of events to attend. Have your business cards ready and have a goal like, I'm going to give away at least 50 business cards to 50 different people today. You can also try local meetup groups by searching for them on meetup.com. Sign up for a group and go to their next gathering. If your niche is videos for iPhone app startups, then meetups where employees will congregate are good. For example, a meetup to learn about new programming language would also be a good idea for you to go to meet current and future app developers. Even though it's a little bit of tangential, it's still the same idea of what you're working on. Even though you may not be interested in learning about a new software programming language like the people at the meetup, you will meet people there that may be a decision maker or can put you in touch with the decision maker. By befriending an employee or a potential boss, you may end up actually doing a video for their company. Now, this type of mining can be exhausting over time. You will constantly mine for any potential prospects because you will not know where your next gig is going to come from. That said, after a few months or even a few weeks of constant client mining, you will start to taste the fruits of your labor. Like I said, the odds of success are in your favor if you keep at it. Now, if this is making sense to you, but I got it, in the comment section below. The next type is client-farmer strategy. A farmer plants seeds in the soil and waits for his crops to grow. In the harvest season, he reaps what he sowed. As the crop farmer plants seeds, so should a client farmer. How do you plant these proverbial seeds? With information. So where does the information actually come from? One idea I have is to use blogs or YouTube or another video sharing service are great examples. Potential clients out there know little about creating or making videos or taking pictures. They don't know what f-stops are or how to edit or what After Effects is or any of that. This is why they hire you, because you are supposed to know what you're doing. However, how do they know what you know and that you know what you're doing? You have to make videos showing potential clients what you know. The strategy is creating niche videos or blog content that teach potential clients how to make certain videos within their field or how to take better pictures or whatever. For example, one video title might be, or a blog post might be, 10 ways to make the best wedding video or take great wedding photos. 5 things to look for when you're choosing a wedding videographer or photographer. The best strategies for making a Kickstarter video. Or the best techniques for shooting video or photos on your iPhone. You have to demonstrate knowledge and authority on a specific subject that targets your potential customer. I, for example, have a YouTube channel blog where I teach basic principles on improving your video and photography creation. It's important, however, to remember that you're not making how-to videos for filmmakers or photographers or editors or whatever. You're making how-to videos for your chosen clients, since they are your intended audience, not other videographers or photographers. And you're going to say, but wait a second, Jim. We're telling our potential clients exactly how to do it, so they don't need me. And the answer to that is kind of yes and kind of no. Yes, you're telling clients how to pick other wedding videographers or photographers and so forth, but just by producing a video on that subject, you're making yourself the authority on that subject. Again, clients don't know how to make videos or photos, so who do you think they would rather hire? Some unknown guy from Craigslist or the authority on the subject whose video they watched? If you are local and you're affordable, then the client will more likely hire you over someone else. But what if they're not local or affordable? I'm just telling my competitors how to beat me, you say. Well, have you heard of the saying, a rising tide lifts all boats? What that means is, yes, your video will benefit other service providers in your niche, in your area. But just by having others view your video, you are increasing your SEO, which is search engine optimization, ranking on YouTube and on other social media platforms. Your increased SEO ranking will be a feedback loop that keeps you as the authority. When someone looks at your video or photo gallery or links to it, then the ranking for your particular video or gallery increases. When someone is searching on the subject, how to make the best Kickstarter video, for example, your video will show up first in YouTube or Google rankings or very high at near the top. This is what you want because it puts you and your business in front of more eyes and more potential customers. My next tip is to write articles to attract clients for your company. This is why I also recommend writing a blog article on your subject area of expertise. It's exactly what you have in a video script or photo blog posting, but it's just written out either in articles or on your website. The blog article will also help with boosting your website's SEO ranking if it's on your own website. I know that less and less people read these days, especially potential clients who are busy with their own lives, so that's why I recommend creating videos instead, or doing both, but not just writing. They're easier to digest and actually help sell your filmmaking skills if your videos have a high production value. Nevertheless, you want your website and your videos ranked as much as possible on search engines like Google. But what if you make the videos on YouTube or Vimeo or something other website that shows videos and no one's actually watching them? Producing these videos will have the added benefit of sending them directly to potential clients. I wouldn't recommend making a niche video longer than about 5 minutes. If it's longer than that, people will probably tune out or switch to another task, so it's better to just make a shorter video, but a very specifically targeted one. Creating these authority videos and articles are just like planting seeds, like the farmer does. You won't see the immediate effects right away, but you must give them time to build up momentum for the seeds to grow. I post new video content every week consistently on my YouTube channel, and over time I have built up my authority in my area of expertise, which is video and film production and photography. I also contribute to and author articles for websites, blogs, magazines, etc. fairly often. I can then provide these links to the articles on social media platforms and to potential clients, thereby increasing my authority and credibility. My next tip is to have monthly or even quarterly parties. I highly recommend throwing monthly parties in your office if you have one. The only goal at your parties is to have a good time. I always spend several $100s per party to rent tables and provide enough food and beer for at least 20 people or so. Definitely encourage your friends and the attendees to bring their own food and beverages and invite more people. Just make sure you rent or find a suitable area in case your party blows up, if you're not going to do it in your office or at your home. After having monthly parties for about 5 months or so, I started to realize that the same people would show up over and over again. If that happens, then either try to invite more new people or spread the parties out to every 3 months to make them quarterly only rather than monthly. It was a really great feeling to meet new people in everyday life and officially invite them to one of the monthly parties that I had. If I use the previous example of the person you met and the person in the medical field that you wanted to shoot the video for, inviting both those people to the party is really good networking, because you can grow a friendship or a business relationship with new people, plus they can get to know you outside of work and see that you know what you're doing, especially for mingling with industry people and that sort of thing. Either way, even if you don't invite potential clients, it's a great way to meet fun and new people and network with them and find even other new ways of work. For example, if you network with industry people in your area, say other videographers or photographers or whatever it is that you do, they might need a backup camera one day, or they may be double booked. And if they know you and they know what you can do and that you're a good person and all that, they're more likely to call you. It may take a while for that to happen, but it's a way to get more work. And once you get in with someone, they tend to constantly call the same people over and over again. So it's worth taking the time to get to know someone ahead of time, because in the long run, you're more likely to get work. And speaking of parties, there are ways to get companies to host your party for you. Say you're a video production company like I have, try to get a camera manufacturer to sponsor the party by showing off their latest gear. It will drum up a lot more business and exposure for you, as well as increase your credibility. Are you starting to see a bit of a pattern here about increasing your credibility and authority? I hope so, because this is extremely important. The next is speaking engagements. If there's a local business meetup or business charter or chamber of commerce in your area, you should give a live talk. It should mainly be about growing and marketing your business with videos, if you make videos, or how product photography can increase your sales by 50% if you're a photographer, or something that's related to your niche and to the business people in the group, whatever your niche happens to be targeted to. Most business people and owners have no clue on how much videos and photos really cost, how long they take, how complicated or easy it is to make, and so forth. But you can become the photo or video ambassador to the area, filling in the gaps of knowledge for these business people who are your target audience. This helps to make you the authority in your niche to the right targeted audience. I recommend becoming a speaker at least once a month at some event if you can. You'll have to do it for free, of course, and don't expect anything right away because, again, you're just planting seeds. A business person may contact you several months down the road because they remembered the talk you gave a long time ago where you gave them your card. Just contact the organizer for some local meetup and offer to speak for about 20 minutes and make sure you have plenty of business cards and flyers ready to give out on the day of the event. Best of all, you can videotape or photograph you speaking at the event to increase your own authority. You can show snips of that on your website, on your YouTube channel, on your video blog, or whatever, which gives you even more authority. So which is better, client mining or client farming for your video or photo company? When you first start off, you may need to do more mining than farming to get results quicker, and that's fine. However, you have to realize that farming is better in the long run for long-term survival and will get you more clients for your video company down the road. You're planting seeds that will continue to grow. Your niche videos will be on YouTube or some other platform for a very long time. And I promise you, it will bring you contacts from time to time and at random interviews just because someone happened to find it when they search for it. Mining can only be done by you and your partners while you're awake, but farming is a 24/7 growing asset. If you get busy and stop mining for a month or two, that's it, your flow of new clients will start to dry up quick. However, if you keep planting your seeds, you may eventually stop mining altogether. Always remember, it's slow and steady that wins the race, not a sprint that'll get you over the finish line to paying customer. And with all this said, you're still going to need a portfolio of some work to show potential clients, so you're going to need to work for someone else for a while, even if it's just a few freelance gigs or even for free or super cheap for another company for a little while. Be certain to get permission from the person that hired you to show you the work so you don't get in trouble for using it, and be upfront about your specific role in the job. Don't tell everyone you're a great cinematographer if you've never held a camera before. You won't fool people for long and you'll ruin your reputation and all that authority you built up. Your portfolio can make or break your chances of getting a job as a videographer or a photographer. While your previous job titles or accomplishments might impress some future employer, they need to see samples of your work before taking a chance on you. By creating a demo reel that showcases your strongest and most relevant work, you can provide proof to potential employers or to potential clients that you're qualified to fill the role they need. Now keep your portfolio or demo short. Your video portfolio should highlight your best work, not offer employers an extensive review of everything that you've done. Also, a lengthy demo reel likely won't hold an employer's attention for long, especially if he has dozens of other ones to review. Aim for something like 60 to 90 seconds, but definitely not more than 2 minutes. Open with your strongest work because the first 30 seconds or less determines whether the employer will be interested enough to continue watching to the end. For photography, have an easily accessible online gallery that's sorted by the types of photos you take, such as a gallery of headshots in one, weddings in another, product photos in another one, and so forth. Don't be afraid to send a link of just what your client is looking for to the specific gallery rather than a link to the general master gallery. If a corporate client opens your master gallery and only sees wedding photos, they might not be interested, which leads me to my next tip: customize your portfolio. Only include footage that matches the kind of work the company does and the type of position for which you're applying. If you're seeking a job in broadcast news, for example, don't show the station director samples of your work filming weddings because they're not going to take you seriously. Make it clear what kind of videographer you are and what role you want to play and in their organization or the specific job, if it's a crew job, or even if you're going to do the whole thing, it's like a one-off gig. If you play multiple roles as a filmmaker, such as a videographer and a director, create several demo reels to showcase each talent and send only the correct one to the correct client. The same goes for photography. People magazine is going to want to see candidates of movie stars, not weddings. Save those for the bridal magazines. Send newspapers your photojournalistic war images, not corporate headshots and so forth. Next with your portfolio is to get creative. Instead of throwing together a string of video clips, make your portfolio entertaining and engaging. Set it to music, using audio to transition to the next piece of footage or heighten the effect of your work. Also tailor the format to the type of video you're showcasing and the type of position for which you're applying. You really have two options, a collage or a scene-based portfolio. With a collage style portfolio, you highlight several snippets cut to music. A format that works for commercials and other short form work is this type. With a scene-based reel, you group footage together. For example, you might include several shots from different angles but of the same scene, and you show how you put it together. This also works for photographers. Cutting your photos together into a video is eye-catching and a bit different from just sending images, and might just make you stand out from the crowd. Now, just a few other tips. Post your portfolio online, obviously, so that employers can access it easily and quickly. At many video sharing sites, of course, you upload your demo reel for free, like on YouTube, and then include the link when emailing to potential employers. In fact, I recommend you put your video reel link in every email you send. This is very common these days, of course, especially if you don't have your own website. Also, include your name and contact information. Highlight your contact information so employers don't have to search for a way to actually reach you if they're interested. In fact, add it to the demo itself as well, opening and closing the reel with this information, your name, your email, and your website if you have one, and your phone number is plenty for them to find you. Now, for photographers sending images, I'd suggest watermarking your images with your company name and your website or your phone number or email, so you can be found later as easily as possible. Now you know 8 different tips and tricks you need to get your video or photo company set up for success. But what about learning more creative camera settings to get you shooting like the pros do? Well, I've created an absolutely free cheat sheet for you on all the best camera settings for your DSLR or mirrorless camera or your video camera that will show you the settings that will allow your photos and videos to compete with the pros, so you can keep those clients that you got from your mining and farming techniques. The link to get that cheat sheet is just below in the video description. I've also created cheat sheets on other topics such as video editing, and even now offer training courses on editing using Adobe Premiere Pro and soon others. I'll link to those cheat sheets and training courses below as well, so you can take a look at those and really improve your craft. Do you want to see more videos like this? Follow my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films, for more. Think what you saw was great? Please like it. If you have an opinion, go ahead and comment below. Do you know someone who could benefit from the information that I provided? If that's so, then please share the video. Do you want to learn even more? If so, then connect with Jim Costa Films on social media and online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and the web. I currently have over 4,275 videos on my YouTube channel, Jim Costa Films, so feel free to check out many of my other videos for great tips and suggestions.